This is At Ease, the military podcast of Thomas Nelson Community College. I'm Gary Pounder, part of the military team here at TNCC. On today's edition of the podcast, we're going to be talking about the annual Veterans Day commemoration at Thomas Nelson. It's always been a big event, going to be even bigger and better this year. And I've got some fellow members of the military team who will join us for the conversation here in just a moment. But first of all, don't forget, if you're a military-affiliated student looking to start, continue, or finish your education, learn more about how Thomas Nelson can help you achieve your goals. We've got more than 80 degree and certificate programs, many completely online. Our classes are flexible and affordable with in-person, hybrid, and online delivery formats, and tuition that's well below the TA cap, no matter where you're stationed in the military. For more information, if you're active duty, member of the Guard and Reserve, or a military spouse, call 757-825-2938. If you're using VA benefits, call this number, 757-825-3442, or visit our website, tncc.edu/military. Success. It's closer than you think at Thomas Nelson, the Peninsula's community college. And as I mentioned here at the top of the pod, we're going to be talking today about our annual Veterans Day commemoration at TNCC. We have a number of events scheduled on Veterans Day coming up this Thursday, 11 November. And we also have our annual Volks March. This year it's going to be held on Saturday, the 13th of November at our Hampton campus. And here to talk about the Veterans Day program are some of my colleagues on the military team. First of all, Ms. Brandie Weaver. Brandie is our Veterans Service Manager, and she's coordinating the overall program. And also with us is Kathy Carbaugh. She is our Veterans Service Coordinator and the organizer of the annual Veterans Art Show that's part of the yearly Veterans Day commemoration here at TNCC. And ladies, I know you're busy, especially with the events coming up here in just a few days. Thank you so much for joining us here on the podcast.
Great. Thank you for having us, Gary.
Well, let's just jump in and kind of cover what's going to be happening. First of all, on Veterans Day, 11 November, this coming Thursday. Brandie, if you could kind of run down the overall schedule of activities we're going to have on Veterans Day.
Certainly. So on Veterans Day, starting at noon, we will be conducting a luncheon at the campus, the Hampton campus, that'll also be streamed live virtually. So it's a hybrid event. For this event, we are going to have a panel of speakers. The panel will consist of staff, students, and faculty that will answer various questions about their military service and how it prepared them for college. Additionally, we will have Langley Air Force, their color guard, on campus that day, and they will do a presentation. So it's lining up to be an exciting event.
Sure sounds like it. Now, we also have other events coming up on Veterans Day, and we should point out, too, that the commemoration is not limited to our Hampton campus. We also have events going on at the historic Triangle campus. Talk a bit, if you would, about what's going to be on at our HRT location on Thursday.
At the historic Triangle campus, we will be live streaming the presentation from Hampton. In addition, we will have lunches up there for participants, and we are also holding a walk in our socks. This is something that we have started to do annually. Of course, last year, due to COVID, we could not hold the walk in our socks. But this year, it'll start between 12:45 and 1 o'clock at the historic Triangle campus. We will meet in the lobby. At the Hampton campus, we will meet outside the Peninsula Workforce Development Center. For the walk in our socks, we're just going to take a stroll around the campus, and it's a way to show unity and support.
And you don't have to be a veteran or a military-affiliated student to take part in these activities, correct?
That is correct. Anybody is welcome to join us.
And let's talk about walking our socks here for a moment. It is a unique event we've been doing here at Thomas Nelson for a few years now. When you come out and take the stroll around campus, either at the Williamsburg location or our Hampton campus, participants will get a little gift. Tell us about that.
Yes, they are going to get Thomas Nelson socks. So it's Thomas Nelson Community College socks, and we encourage participants as they are walking around campus to wear the socks and show it with pride. Just a way to say, hey, we are all getting together. We support our veterans. We support our troops. We support each other.
And, we should point out, someone was giving me a little prompt here a moment ago. As many people know here in the local area, Thomas Nelson is in the process of changing its name to Virginia Peninsula Community College, VPCC. I've been told the socks actually have the new college name on them. So you can not only be a style setter, you can be on the cutting edge of the name change by, getting these and wearing these socks that have the new college name on them.
Yes, and that is very exciting to have an event where we can finally have our new name that we will be becoming, Virginia Peninsula Community College.
Any other thing you would like to add, Brandie, about what's coming up here on Thursday during the Veterans Day commemoration at Thomas Nelson?
We will also be having an art show, and Kathy Carbaugh will be discussing that with you later on in the cast.
And we can talk about that right now. Kathy, again, thanks to you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us here on the podcast. You have really been the person who, I guess, came up with the concept of a Veterans Art Show, been having it for several years now as part of the Veterans Day commemoration. It's been a very successful event. Tell us the genesis of this project. How did you get the idea to have a Veterans Art Show? What can we expect this year? How many pieces? And can folks who see the artwork by veterans, by military affiliated students, can they actually buy these items on display?
Well, thank you for having me. My name is Kathy Carbaugh, and I came up with this idea to have a military affiliated Veterans Day art show because I graduated with my photography and graphic design degree, and I found during my time in class with veterans and military affiliated students, their art pieces had a different quality to them sometimes than other students. They had been places that I had never been. They had done things I'd never done. And I also found in talking to them that they used their art as a way of expressing themselves. So when I came to Thomas Nelson, I requested that we potentially do this. And the first 2 years we did it face to face. I put the art pieces up at the HT campus and at the Hampton campus, and we had a wonderful viewing time. And then last year for COVID, we ended up doing it virtually. This year, we're going to do a combination of both. We won't be able to put the physical art pieces up at HT, but they will all be included in the virtual art show that we will present at the end of our ceremony. So we have 14 pieces total, 14 or 15 pieces total at this time. And then I have 8 of them that are actually will be physically displayed at our luncheon on Thursday. Thank you for letting me share.
Oh, sure. And I got a few more questions for you, Kathy. First of all, what types of art can we expect to see on display this year?
This year, there are more paintings than I have photographs. A few years ago, I had more photographs. They are not military related art pieces. They're just art pieces that our dependents, that our spouses, that our veterans have submitted. And I look forward to sharing them. Again, this year I have more drawings and oil paintings and that type of art instead of photography. So that it's kind of interesting how each year it sort of evolves in what the students want to submit to the show. I even have a pair of earrings.
And, I think that people that come out for Veterans Day will be really amazed and certainly very impressed by the variety and the quality of the artwork that our veterans and military affiliated students submit for this particular program. Now, let me ask you, obviously, the art show is only a couple of days away. If somebody out there has a piece of art they would like to submit, is it too late now to actually submit a work of art for this year's show?
For a physical piece, I need to have it by close of business tomorrow, Tuesday.
And how can they get it to you?
They just need to bring it to the Hampton campus in Wythe Hall in room 253. If they want to submit a virtual picture of their artwork, then they can do that up until close of business tomorrow. And send the email to va@tncc.edu and put art show in the subject line.
And that's really a great opportunity. If you're a veteran who is an artist, if you're a military affiliated individual who, again, has artistic skills, you'd like to have your work on display as part of the show, we really encourage you to reach out to Kathy. va@tncc.edu is the email address. And again, it's not too late. We're close to the deadline right now, but not too close, not too late to get a piece of artwork in for this year's show. And also, Kathy, you mentioned that there will be a virtual display along with the actual physical display for folks that can't make it to campus, can't get out now. Maybe they're concerned about the continuing threat of COVID or what have you. How can they log on and see the artwork virtually?
I'm sure that we will be posting that link after the Veterans Day ceremony, as we have learned to do in the last couple of years. And one of the other things that I wanted to reiterate is that you do not, military affiliation is loose. It can be a grandmother, a sister, an aunt, an uncle. And you need to be part of Thomas Nelson in some way. Are you student? Are you staff? Are you groundskeeper? Are you? You just have to be affiliated with Thomas Nelson in some way.
And that's a really, really good point. Again, great chance for local artists to have some kind of military connection, also an affiliation with TNCC, to have their work displayed. And I know last year some of the work was actually for sale. Will that also be the case this year?
None of my artists have submitted work for sale this year, but if you're interested, I do have the connections to get back to the artists. One of the other things that I do also to protect our artists is that I only use their first name on the piece and the name of the piece. I know who they are, but I just feel like it's important for us to keep that information kind of secure. So I love having people participate, but your name and phone number are not on the art pieces, just that you have participated and what your art piece name is and what your affiliation is.
And that's a very good point. And again, if folks, virtually or in person happen to see work they really like, would like to potentially investigate maybe purchasing the piece, another work by the artist, again, they can contact you and get the contact information for the artist, make that connection there, and kind of take it from that point and see about potentially buying something from the artist. So again, we really appreciate all the hard work you put into organizing and putting on the Veterans Art Show. And I would be remiss before we wrap things up here on the podcast, I should mention the other event we're going to be having in commemoration of Veterans Day. It actually won't be on Veterans Day. It's coming up this Saturday, the 13th of November on the Hampton campus, and that is our annual Volksmarch. This is going to be the third year. We had it 2 years ago in Williamsburg, last year at the Sandy Bottom Nature Park in Hampton, this year on the Hampton campus. For folks out there that don't know, a Volksmarch is basically a non-competitive recreational walk designed to get people in the great outdoors, enjoying hopefully some really good fall weather and getting some exercise in a non-competitive, very friendly and hospitable type environment. This year, again, we're going to be walking on the Hampton campus. Folks can select from 2 trail options. You can choose actually 3, I should say. We have a 1 mile fun walk, we have a 5K walk, and we also have a 10K walk. The program, the Volksmarch, begins at 9 a.m. Folks have until 4 p.m. to finish the course. We encourage you, of course, to come out as early as you can, get your walking shoes on and get your walk in. There's no charge for participating. If folks are active Volksmarchers, and there are a number of Volksmarch clubs here in southeastern Virginia, they can pay a $3 fee to have their mileage recorded. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt and in the process make a donation to a scholarship fund for military affiliated students at TNCC, that cost is $20. And you can go to our website, tncc.edu/Volksmarch, VOLKSMARCH 21. And that will give you the chance to sign up in advance and take part in the event. And we certainly look forward to folks coming out and joining us for the third annual Volksmarch this coming Saturday, 13th of November, 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. on the Hampton campus. In case you're wondering, the start-finish line is going to be at the Peninsula Workforce Development Center, the PWDC. That is at 600 Butler Farm Road. Route will take you off the Thomas Nelson campus down to the municipal golf course. There's a really nice trail that circles the Hampton Municipal Course, and it brings you back to Butler Farm Road. You'll come back to campus, go around the campus for a certain distance, depending on which route you've selected, then come back to the start-finish line. Right now, we're kind of hoping and praying, crossing our fingers for good weather and hoping that any rain in the forecast will hold off. But again, it's a good event, great cause in raising money for military student scholarships. And again, we hope you join us for the Volksmarch this coming Saturday, the 13th, 9 until 4 p.m. on the Hampton campus. Again, Brandie, Kathy, I want to thank you so much. You're really busy right now with these events coming up in just a matter of days. Thanks a lot for taking time to join us here on the podcast. Anyway, we'd like to thank both Brandie Weaver and Kathy Carbaugh for joining us here on the podcast, talking about the annual Veterans Day commemoration at TNCC. Events coming up on the 11th of November, this coming Thursday, also the 13th of November, this coming Saturday. Join us, please. You can find out more information by visiting our website at tncc.edu. And once again, we want to thank you for listening to At Ease, the military podcast of Thomas Nelson Community College. If you'd like more information on our programs for the Armed Forces community, simply visit tncc.edu/military. And join us again next time on At Ease.